in your face, over and over and over and over and over again, until you be like, watch what I'm about to do, watch what I'm about to say. And it's sad that I like to, really like to play games with me when I'm at my most vulnerable time, when I'm not the most confident. He likes to play games with me because he knows I'm not an easy girl. And I've really been sparing you. You've been sparing yourself because of your album and you really been doing me dirty after some years that I'm yeah. Not even get you that I got for your. And it's so crazy that I'm gonna go fucking internet because whenever I say something, you don't take it seriously. And I'm so proud of it.
What if the relationship everyone thought was built on love was actually a setup from the very beginning? What if, behind the glamorous photos, smiling public appearances, and months of quiet silence, there was a story that Cardi B was too stunned to tell? Until now. Late one night, something unexpected happened. Cardi B suddenly went live on Instagram, catching fans completely off guard. Within minutes, viewers realized this wasn't going to be a typical celebrity rant or casual update. The mood felt different. Her tone was calm, controlled even, but there was a tension in her voice that people watching couldn't ignore. Fans who tuned into the livestream later described the moment as unsettling, almost like witnessing a secret finally break open in real time. According to Cardi, the man she once trusted, NFL star Stefon Diggs, didn't show his true self at the beginning of their connection. She described a relationship that started the way many romances do, with charm, attention, and promises that hinted at a future together. There were conversations about loyalty, commitment, and even building something long-term. From the outside, everything appeared normal, even exciting. But Cardi now suggests that the reality behind the scenes slowly began to shift. As time passed, she said the energy around the relationship started to feel different. The attention that once felt genuine began to carry a strange weight. Small moments that once seemed harmless started raising quiet questions in her mind. Then came the moment that allegedly changed everything. Cardi claimed that she discovered messages, private chats and suspicious direct messages on Stefon's own phone. According to her account, these conversations suggested that another story might have been unfolding behind the scenes, one she had never been aware of. If her claims are accurate, the messages pointed to behavior that didn't match the trust she believed they shared. And for many viewers listening to her that night, the revelation felt like the turning point in the entire story. But the shock didn't end there. Cardi hinted that the situation might have involved more than just one person. She suggested that certain members of Diggs' own family made her feel uncomfortable during the relationship. Instead of feeling welcomed as a partner, she said there were moments when she felt more like a pawn in a situation she didn't fully understand. According to her, the environment sometimes felt less like a genuine relationship and more like a complicated game, one involving influence, money, and proximity to fame. Those comments immediately sent social media into a frenzy. Within hours, fans across different platforms began debating what Cardi meant. Some people believe she was exposing deeper issues behind the relationship. Others argue that the full story may still be missing important details. But one question continues to circulate online, repeated again and again as the conversation grows louder. Was Cardi B truly in a relationship built on trust? Or was she unknowingly stepping into a situation that had been carefully arranged from the start? For now, the answers remain uncertain. Yet the moment that late-night livestream appeared on screens, it changed the narrative completely. What once looked like a normal celebrity romance suddenly became something far more mysterious and far more complicated.
People are married right now and are getting cheated on right now. People get married and have double lives. What are y'all talking about? Y'all think marriage is so, oh my God, what? I'd rather be single than to be married and someone that's cheating on me. Like, y'all have this perspective of life is so effed up. People are married right now and are very unhappy. Like, I'd rather be single and explore life than to be married and be miserable and someone is cheating on me. Y'all think, but you're married and get alimony. What the Do you think I give a fuck about alimony? I want to face.
Y'all, the night Cardi B pressed that go live button, something in the air immediately felt different. There was no music blasting in the background, no usual jokes, and none of the playful energy fans had come to expect from her late-night streams. Instead, there was silence, the kind of silence that makes people lean closer to their screens. Within seconds, thousands of viewers flooded the live. Comments were flying so quickly they blurred together. Fans assumed she might be promoting new music or addressing another rumor swirling online. But the moment Cardi began speaking, people realized this wasn't entertainment. It felt like a confession. Her voice was calm, almost too calm. It was the kind of calm that usually comes after months of holding something painful inside. She started by saying something that instantly froze the chat. There's a lot of things people don't know about what really happened between me and Stefon. And just like that, the internet leaned in. For months, rumors about Cardi B and NFL superstar Stefon Diggs had been quietly circulating through gossip blogs and fan pages. Their connection had seemed sudden, intense, and mysterious. Photos appeared online and then disappeared just as quickly. Small moments surfaced that hinted at something serious happening behind the scenes. But just as suddenly as the relationship appeared, it seemed to collapse. There was no clear explanation, no official timeline, just whispers. Until now. According to Cardi, when she first met Stefon, everything felt almost too perfect. She explained that he entered her life with charm, attention, and a level of focus that made her believe she was finally dealing with someone serious. In the beginning, she said he didn't act like someone chasing fame or trying to attach himself to the spotlight surrounding her. Instead, he appeared patient, supportive, and respectful. At least, that's how it seemed at first. Cardi told viewers that Stefon often talked about loyalty. He spoke about how relationships in the public eye needed protection, and how outside voices could easily tear two people apart. He warned her that people around them might try to create drama or twist their story. Looking back, Cardi admitted something about those conversations now felt different, almost calculated. She described how he repeatedly mentioned building something real, a stable, private relationship that the world didn't need to understand yet. At the time, those words made her feel secure. They sounded sincere, and for a while she believed them. But the story didn't stay perfect for long. According to Cardi, small things slowly began to change. Nothing dramatic at first, just subtle shifts in behavior that didn't sit right with her. She explained that there were moments when Stefon would suddenly become distant for hours, sometimes even entire days. Messages would go unanswered. Calls would be missed. Then he would return with the same smooth explanations. Work schedules, travel commitments, training sessions. On the surface, everything sounded believable. But over time, something inside her started to feel uneasy. The energy between them didn't feel as genuine as it once had. Then Cardi mentioned something that made viewers immediately begin screenshotting the live stream. According to her, the situation became even stranger when she started interacting with Stefon's family. She didn't make direct accusations, but the implication behind her words felt heavy. She explained that during certain moments, she felt more observed than welcomed. It wasn't outright hostility, but it didn't feel warm either. Cardi described it as a strange atmosphere she couldn't quite explain. Something subtle but unsettling. At the time, she tried to ignore the feeling, assuming it might simply be nerves or the awkwardness that sometimes comes with meeting a partner's family. But later, she began to question those moments, because what she discovered afterward made her rethink everything. At one point during the live stream, Cardi paused and looked directly into the camera before revealing something that completely changed the tone of the conversation. The messages she found on Stefon's phone weren't the only thing hidden there. There was something else. Something that suggested the story between them might be far more complicated, and possibly far more disturbing, than anyone watching had imagined. The moment she hinted at what she discovered next, the internet began preparing for the possibility that this breakup was about to turn into a full-blown public explosion. When Cardi paused again during the live stream, the energy shifted dramatically. Thousands of viewers were staring at their screens, waiting for her next sentence. For For the first time since the broadcast began, the comments slowed down. It felt like everyone watching could sense that something heavier was coming. Finally, Cardi spoke again. She said the messages she found on Stefon's phone were only the beginning. As she continued scrolling through the conversations, the relationship she thought she was in started to look very different. Some of the conversations, according to her, weren't just casual flirting. They seemed coordinated, almost strategic. Certain messages referenced her fame, her business deals, and even her influence within the entertainment industry. The tone of those conversations made her uncomfortable. It didn't sound like a boyfriend talking about someone he cared about. It sounded more like someone analyzing an opportunity. Cardi didn't read the messages out loud, but she hinted that the way she was being discussed made her feel less like a partner and more like a topic of conversation. At one point during the stream, she said something that instantly triggered a wave of shocked reactions in the comment section. "I started realizing I might have been the plan." That phrase alone sent the internet spiraling. The plan? After seeing those messages, Cardi explained that she began replaying old moments in her mind. Conversations that once seemed harmless suddenly appeared suspicious. Compliments that once felt genuine now sounded rehearsed. She remembered times when Stefon casually brought up her business ventures or financial success. At the time, she assumed it was normal curiosity. Now those questions felt different. He would ask detailed questions about her projects, endorsements, and partnerships, about who she worked with behind the scenes and how deals were structured. Back then, she interpreted those conversations as support. Now looking back, they felt more like research. By the time Cardi ended the Instagram Live, the internet was already on fire. Clips from the stream spread across social media at lightning speed. Pages on TikTok reposted fragments of her statements, while long threads on X, Twitter, began dissecting every word she said. Gossip blogs rushed to publish headlines within minutes. But what truly kept people hooked wasn't just what Cardi had already revealed. It was what she hinted might still be coming. Before the stream ended, Cardi made it clear she wasn't finished speaking. And that single detail changed everything. According to viewers who watched the entire broadcast, Cardi briefly mentioned that the messages she discovered weren't just suspicious conversations. Some of them were screenshots she had already saved. Evidence, or at least what she believed could become evidence if the situation escalated further. She didn't show those screenshots during the live stream, but the implication alone was enough to send fans and bloggers scrambling for answers. What exactly did those messages contain? How many conversations were there? And who else might appear in them? For hours afterward, speculation spread uncontrollably across the internet. Some fans believed Cardi had uncovered proof that Stefon was secretly juggling multiple relationships at once. Others wondered if the situation might somehow involve people connected to her complicated history with Offset. Theories multiplied by the minute. But Cardi herself remained silent after the stream ended. And that silence only intensified the situation. Because when someone drops a revelation like that and then disappears, the internet fills in the blanks on its own. Meanwhile, insiders close to the entertainment industry began quietly discussing the situation behind the scenes. Some sources suggested Cardi had been emotionally exhausted for months before speaking publicly. According to them, the relationship with Stefon Diggs had created tension that few people outside her inner circle fully understood. One insider reportedly claimed that Cardi struggled to reconcile the man she believed she was dating with the behavior she later discovered. Trust had been broken. And once that happened, everything else began to unravel. Fans also started examining the timeline of the relationship itself. When people began connecting dates, appearances, and rumors, the story started looking even stranger. According to social media detectives, the relationship between Cardi and Stefon escalated unusually fast. Public sightings happened quickly. Rumors of private moments surfaced just as rapidly. Then suddenly everything stopped. No more appearances. No more hints. Just distance. At the time, most fans assumed the relationship had simply fizzled out. But after Cardi's live stream, many began wondering whether the breakup had actually been triggered by something much bigger. Something she discovered that changed her perception of the entire relationship. The biggest mystery, however, remained Stefon Diggs himself. While Cardi had spoken publicly about her experience, he had not responded at all. No statement. No denial. No social media reaction. Just silence. And in the world of celebrity controversy, silence can sometimes be just as powerful as words. Some observers believe he may be ignoring the accusations to avoid fueling the drama. Others think the silence could be the result of legal advice, the kind that encourages public figures to stay quiet while a story spirals online. Either way, his lack of response has only intensified the speculation, because the longer he remains silent, the more people begin to believe Cardi's version of events. Meanwhile, conversations about Stefon's family have also continued to grow. Cardi never directly accused anyone of wrongdoing, but her comments about feeling uncomfortable around certain family members sparked waves of online theories. Some fans believe she was hinting that people around Stefon were more interested in her influence than in her as a person. Others think the situation may simply have been a misunderstanding amplified by stress and emotion. Without clear confirmation, the truth remains uncertain. But uncertainty is exactly what keeps stories like this alive. Every unanswered question becomes fuel for another theory. And right now, there are plenty of unanswered questions. What exactly did Cardi see on that phone? Were the messages truly as serious as she suggested? And will the screenshots she hinted at ever become public? For now, only Cardi knows the full truth. But if she ever decides to release the evidence she claims to have, the consequences could be massive. Not just for Stefon Diggs, but for anyone else whose name might appear in those conversations. Because scandals like this rarely stay contained once proof enters the picture. And as the internet continues dissecting every detail of Cardi's story, one thing has become clear. This situation is far from over. In fact, if the screenshots she hinted at really exist, then what we've seen so far might only be the beginning. The real explosion may still be coming.